All right, so this month we're going to talk about travel tips. So November is a very big month for traveling, and you're flying, you're driving. So we're going to discuss kind of tips and tricks on how to protect your body while traveling. So first and foremost, let's talk about plane travel. You know, a lot of people are flying this time of the year. We want to make sure that we're supporting the body in certain areas, especially for kind of waiting in the airport or you're sitting on the plane. We want to talk about a couple of tips and tricks real quick about that. So first and foremost, we got to protect our neck and our low back while we're on the plane. So see the handy dandy lumbar support I have on me. What this is going to do is it's going to give you that support in the low back. So when you sit, I want to make sure that you got that nice neutral lumbar spine. You're not kind of slumped down like we typically do when we sit. You got the nice support in the chair. All right. As well as we're going to make sure that we're protecting the neck. So if you want to use the neck pillows, maybe a small little rolled up towel, something that's going to give you kind of that nice curve in the neck to make sure that we're not looking down at our phones the whole time, or not make sure we're kind of in that like weird anterior head carriage position. So we want to make sure that the neck and the low back is supported on the plane, because that's two very common irritations on plane travel is neck and low back. We also want to discuss luggage tips. So we want to make sure that we're not carrying really heavy duffel bags with one hand. We want to make sure we were maybe wearing a backpack that's kind of distributing the weight, as well as we could be doing like crossbody carry, which is going to kind of, again, just redistribute the weight of the baggage. As well as, nowadays there's a lot of luggage that rolls. So a luggage carrier that will potentially you can pull and roll behind you is just as good for the human body. All right, so let's talk about water intake. So we also want to talk about water intake as well as healthy food intake. So we want to make sure we're getting enough water while we're traveling. The body tends to kind of go into like a fight or flight mode when we're traveling sometimes. So you got to make sure you're drinking plenty of water, staying hydrated. That just kind of keeps the body moving. It keeps the muscles from kind of tightening up on you, as well as eating real good healthy snacks. You want to make sure we're taking some kind of peanuts or maybe some beef jerky, as well as some pistachios, almonds. Those are all good healthy tips and treats to kind of keep the body moving, keep it fueled, keep your energy levels up as well. So we also want to go over, last thing, we want to go over 2 quick exercises that are going to kind of help just keep the body mobile. Okay, we want to make sure that we're doing chin retractions for the neck. So if you turn sideways, the chin will not tilt up or down. All you're going to do is just give yourself basically a double chin. You're going to hold for a couple of seconds, and then you're going to relax, and then same thing. And then another one we like to do is what we call Brugger's. So lock the elbows into the side, hands flat. All you're going to do is just bring them around to about 45 degrees. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. I like to say you got to pull down the center of your spine, and you're just squeezing that pole with your shoulder blades. That's going to kind of help loosen up that upper back as well as that mid back. Okay, and last one. We're going to have a seat. You're going to cross the leg over. You're going to sit nice and tall. And then from this position, all you're going to do is keep the back nice and neutral. You're just going to kind of lean the weight forward and just feel that stretch in the hip. We're going to work on these hip muscles here. Just kind of loosen up some of that tension in the low back as well as the hips. Okay? And that's our tips and tricks for plane travel. Stay tuned for as we move through the rest of this month on other tips and tricks on other styles of traveling this month.